I think we rolling. What's going on, everybody? George Ose back at it again with another video. This time we have an Alyssia Cara album review. Put out Love and Hyperbole. And I've been jamming to this, John, for like the last couple of months. I love me some good R&B. With my reviews, if you're new to it, I like to break down every song track by track. At the end, give my final thoughts and some songs that stood out to me. Without further ado, let me get my banner ready. Do I want to do it like that? Do it like this. Here we go. Look at me. So, follow me on YouTube, George Osei. Let's put this one up on the screen. This is our album cover right here. Like that. Let's do it like this. There we go. Album cover. Very interesting to me, considering how the album played out. As you see, she on the left, mostly covered up. On the right, she's showing a little bit of leg. And there's a lot of leg showed on this album. Start off with the first song, Go Outside. Now, this song will sound amazing live. And it's hypersexual. Like a real slick way that you used to appreciate late 80s, early 90s R&B music. And to me, it sounded like she's explaining the complexities of dating while rising in notoriety. It's her fourth album. Drums are great. I love them. That rolls right into the Left Alone. You know, a wise man once said, she could take care of a garden, and she could take care of a man. This right here is a soulful track. And those a little left, because to me, it sounds like this is what women imagine themselves doing when they're attempting to coach themselves out of getting out of a relationship or starting a new relationship. And it goes into hands down my favorite song right here. Might be the best song on the album, possibly. These lyrics is just cold. Because she's coming from a perspective that she's doing the dude a favor, and the dude completely fumbled the bag here. The horns. This song was a proclamation. The bridge on here was flawless. Give it up to this song. Oh, that sounded mad loud. But yeah, the bridges on here is flawless. Love, 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 love this song. And then, whew, we going to a ride. Subside, let me tell you something. When you spending time with a woman, it can get costly. Because women tend to be on a spectrum. What she do for you, she may not do for the next man, and vice versa. And in this particular song, Alyssia apparently has left a chaotic situation, got to a more calm situation, but somehow still misses the chaos from the last situation. She even says some cold lines about how time is just pocket change. And when I sat and thought about it, I was like, That mean it didn't take her too much time to completely change her mind? Women do that. Women will tell you things that happened in the past in a relationship, but the past be 2 months ago. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. And this leads into the gotta be careful song. Run, run. And I gotta say, women are either complaining or talking about their hair about 90% of the time. And here she warns us that she can trauma dump with the best of them. And I really like that honesty. Tell me that you're flawed and you're not worth my time. We can just have fun. We can just kick it. Don't try to, finesse a relationship out of me when you know you're not capable of one. And she outlines it perfectly here. Well done. And we got Drive. The production on here I describe as fairly innocent, but the lyrics, they are not innocent at all. And the thing about women is that they can hide their most toxic traits with perfume, playing with the hair, and they can be flame broiling you. But you can't tell because you just attracted to her beauty, her aura, her swagger, and all the toxic traits is just going right over your head. But right here, she self reflects on what she did in her 20s. And what's interesting is if you ask a woman in her 30s, if you'll take life changing advice from her own self when she was about 20, she will always say no. And the lesson here is women under 30, you ain't got to listen to a word that they say. All right. Then we got Get to You. So men and women tend to create this imaginary soulmate that they try to compare the reality of how men and women are. And at the end of the day, you know, this is why, most relationships end up cooked because we never get a chance to truly experience that real person because they too busy comparing you to this imaginary figure that they have in their head. And this song outlines that perfectly. Well done. Well done. Isn't it obvious? Super catchy song. I love this production. And that toxic guy still has a hold on Shorty. That is the problem with the toxic man. When a woman's introduced to a toxic man and she manages to leave him, something quite strange happens. They get the nice guy, the good guy. And the nice guy, good guy, he's treating her properly, quote unquote. But they seem to interpret that as in this must be what the bare minimum is. So, thank you, nice guy, for showing me what the bare minimum looks like. You are not my soulmate, though. However, when I get that toxic guy, I'm going to be able to school him on what you've shown me so that I can really be happy. Anyway, the instrumentals outro on this is absolutely phenomenal. This album is cooking right now. We got the Garden interlude. Um, this is burning desire music right here. There is somebody out there that men or women are willing to break all the rules for. And this is what's described on this song. And it leads right back into that toxic shit, that nighttime thing. You know, you know how like the beginning of a relationship is always great. And then it's so great that she's like, okay, how can I get a relationship out of this? Or more discreetly, how can I backdoor my way into this relationship? Remember, fellas, you gotta be careful. You can't hit the bottom of all these girls, bruh. You can't hit the bottom of all of them. But the song itself, super catchy. You'll like this one. That leads into feels right. Just like the song title implies, there's sometimes in those relationships where she'll tell you, listen, let's not set any expectations. I have no expectations. Let's just go with the flow, see where takes us. This is a trap. You gotta be careful, bruv. Because don't go with the flow. If you want a relationship out of you, make sure you look into her, man. Make sure you do some investigating. Figure out who you dealing with. Don't get blinded by the cheeks. All right. And if you do manage to give her your commitment after thoroughly looking into her, don't let her keep wondering what a commitment like you will be like. I'm telling you, way less headaches this way. If you're able to pull it off, of course. Now, fire. Fire, fire, fire. This is well written. I thought it was quite interesting. Alyssia talks about how women tend to form bonds very aggressively, right? Like when they first meet a man and they're like really attracted to him, they will love bomb this man. They will try to suck the black off of him, allegedly. You know, or if they are forming bonds with women, you know, they will sometimes bond through trauma, get all the dirt on each other so they can really be like, damn, you crazy just like me. You know, did we become BFFs? Type vibes, right? Um, but this is a whirlwind right here. You know, not saying that the feelings ain't genuine. They are quite genuine, but they come and go. Gotta think about that. The good and the bad with these type of bonding strategies. We have next. Slow motion. This is one of my other favorite songs here. Um, this is when, you know, her whole phase is coming to an end due to possibly STD scare or it's just straight up getting played by the jerks. And she winds down. She needs something safe. And that's you. You the safe guy. You're the person willing to accept her, not ask too many questions. She loves that. And this song, great all around. Even the production is just top notch on here. Sure. What we got next? The final song, clearly. This is like circle the block music right here. Oh, and when a woman circles the block on you, fellas, remember, don't forget why she left. Because she's hoping you forgot. And when she's willing to circle that block, sometimes she's just willing to accept anything at this point, like even including cheating. And to close this album out with this particular song, the very first song, kind of circles. It's like a uh, flows in and out with each other, a never-ending cycle. Um, great album, great album, great album. So, now, I have been familiar with Alyssia Cara's music since back 2015 when she had that one single, "The Four Walls" or something. I don't know. I really liked it, and I fell off from her game, you know. And I gotta apologize because I should not have stopped listening to this woman's music. It is on point. I even went back and listened to some singles, and I was like, "Damn, you might be bae." But 10 years later, still putting out strong content, and this has so much soul to it, man. And I love how this album flows, man, because it starts off like how most relationships end, a complete disaster. You know, where you have to balance money, energy, attention, and time, as this is the true currency to keep our relationships going beyond 6 months. And when you're dealing with women, Alicia shows how women act in the beginning of a relationship, the middle of a relationship, and the end. And this is multiple women right here, which is what I noticed on the album cover. Same girl or different girls, from the orientation to the outfits. You know, women will change quite drastically while in a relationship. Very interesting. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but when she meets the nice guy after the toxic one, she just learns what the bare minimum is, bro. She knows that nice guy isn't the one for her. She's gonna thank that nice guy, showing her what she needs to get her toxic guy. I gotta say, the lyrics absolutely fantastic, man. Absolutely, like they're honest and raw takes on relationships, and I really, really, really like that. And I think I mentioned that some women will try to backdoor a relationship with you when you just continue to hit that bottom. Here's some advice. You got 6 weeks, bro. Because anything that happens prior to that 6 weeks mark, you can chalk it up that that woman is out of her mind. But anything after that 6 weeks, bro, whatever happens, that's on you, dude. That is on you. I knew dude at my job. He was talking to this girl, and I think he was on a temporary contract. And he was like, "Yo, it was easy. Made some eye contact, threw some Spanish lingo at her, and I was in there. I was like, okay, bet, bet. But 6 weeks, bro." He like looked at me. He's like, "What you mean 6 weeks?" I'm like, "Listen, first off, I don't even like even getting intimate with women that I work with. It's a disaster. However, if you go down this path, just understand you got a 6 week window where you're gonna have to make a decision if you want to keep her or cut her off. If you wait too long, you're gonna have some problems." He really laughed about that. But guess what? 10 weeks later, he like, "Yo, son, she acting funny." I was like, "You went over the 6 weeks, didn't you?" He, he just laughed. He was like, "Yo, right, 6 weeks, fellas. 6 weeks. Because you know what's the most valuable thing that a woman wants from a man? His commitment. What we talk about? Oh, the mixing on this album was amazing. Like I almost wanted to make damn near every song on here a standout song, but I had to cut it off, man. And just because I didn't put that many songs on here, don't mean I don't like those other songs, man. I like them songs too, usually. Because you remember, guys, you never want to be hated by a woman, because that means she was only just attached to you. You want her to be indifferent. No feelings. Be good. Whatever happens, happens. This flow of this album right here, and the song with Circle on the Block. You begin the album talking about, damn, I need to break away from whatever I've been doing. You just repeat the cycle. Just, just bravo right there. Bravo. Now, what are my standouts right here? Standout songs. All that babbling. Uh, Dead Man. Subside. Run, Run. Get to. Isn't it obvious? Nighttime Bang. And Slow Motion. Yeah. Yeah, that is Love and Hyperbole by Alyssia Cara. Check it out on all streaming platforms near you. And for me, George Osei, like, comment, and subscribe wherever you see this. And I got nothing more to say. Have a good night. See you soon.